Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, beautiful people. How are you guys doing today? Good morning, beautiful people. Not sure why this Facebook thing is not clear this morning. Not sure. All right, Instagram, how are you? Instagram, how are you guys doing this morning? How are you guys doing? All right, let me check with Facebook. Facebook, if you can hear me, please let me know. If you guys can hear me, please let me know. Please let me know if you're hearing me. Facebook, YouTube, if you are hearing me, please let me know. Instagram, I know you are able to hear me. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for hearing me. And I see some of you guys will be asking questions now without listening to the whole thing. A lot of people are just messed up to the extent that the moment you mention the name of a pastor, they start getting very defensive. They start getting very defensive, and I hate that kind of mindset. And that's actually the kind of mindset that will actually lock us down as slaves forever. Will lock us down as slaves forever. And that's the lack of that opportunity to think and to ask yourself questions and to get answers, the right answers first, before you start making defense. Start making all kinds of stuff. Because you attend Winners Chapel doesn't mean your church is going to heaven. Or because you attend Redeemed Church doesn't mean your church people are going to heaven. You should be a Christian. Be a Christian. Don't be a member of a denomination and start fighting for denomination. Fight to make heaven. Be a Christian. That's the best thing to do in life, just to be a Christian. You'll be shocked when you get to heaven. You won't see Redeem in heaven. You'll be shocked when you get to heaven. You won't see Winners Chapel in heaven. Those churches are just very fortunate. They are well established right now. We have a lot of people attending Redeem and Winners Chapel. That doesn't mean that's the church that will go to heaven. Don't let it even cross your mind. Don't let it even cross your mind at all. That you think Winners Chapel and Redeem, they're going to heaven. Never let it cross your mind. The people that will make heaven are people that are real Christians. People who believe in God, that praise to God. Better listen to what we want to tell you and then you ask questions. Listen to what we got to tell you and then you ask questions after. And I'll give the opportunity for people to ask me questions. If I'm wrong, I'll take it if I'm wrong. And if I'm right, I think everybody should go and take it too. Go take it. If you're wrong, you take it. Sorry. Pastors, sorry. They don't know God at all. They just know pastors' names. They know the church name, but they don't know God. No relationship with God at all. Just fight. They put Redeem logo on their car. That's all we know. They even wear t-shirt of Redeem. They don't know God. They just wear t-shirt of Redeem. That's all they know. Religious people. They put the sticker on front of their door. Like as if to say that sticker will make the devil to bypass them. Sorry, I'm saying this. I'm not supposed. I don't want to offend anybody this morning. I just want to make my point. And if anybody is willing to listen, let them listen. But please, if you know you want to fight for pastor, don't come here. Just leave. You know you want to fight for pastor, just leave. People that I love are people that are Christians. Christians who are ready to listen. And then if I'm wrong, correct me. Okay, make a call. I'm going to open my telephone line, make a call. All right. And then make your case. Put your case down. I know verse, doctor. Doctor, I know verse. The moment I clicked the button to start broadcast, the very first question is, did somebody just attacked me? you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we we need to sit down. Go and sit somewhere and believe in God. First of all, find God first. You believe, so sit down and find God first. Be a lover of God. Know how to call upon God. And then at that point in time, you can now say, oh, yes, I'm a Christian. All right. A Christian is not somebody who goes to church all the time. You go to church every Sunday. Church. You're just a religious person. If you don't go to church, you're a Christian. In as much that you have the fruit. The church is just a place of support. A place where we all come together and actually give support to each other, to one another. It's compulsory that we go. Not really, but it's the Bible. God is actually, asking us to actually be your brother's keeper, be a support. Go to church, mingle with the brethren, fellowship with them, eat with them, do all kinds of stuff, help them to grow. That's what the church is all about. Now, I'm going to start like this. And I know that a lot of you guys will believe with me that the church of these days is a scam. These days, church is a scam. And I'll prove myself to you guys. And I'll take it one by one. I'll take it one by one. I need you guys to listen carefully. And you see that we are lacking in one particular part of our life. And that is critical thinking. Critical thinking. We are lacking. And I really don't think it's poverty. And I don't believe it's lack of education. I don't want to believe so. I want to believe that the system is designed for Africa to be backward. The system is designed for Africans to be backward. And they are now using our leaders. They are using our pastors, our big pastors, to continue to enslave us. And then we will continue to think about God. Whereas the other race, the white people, are moving and they're taking over, they're taking control of the entire world, including our own country, Nigeria. China is taking over our country. Americans are going to take over our country right now. And the only thing they gave us is Bible. You just keep going to church. As you're going to church, we will continue to take what belongs to you. What belongs to you? You see, when they now preach to us, they will now start telling us to use faith, use faith, use faith, use faith. So where is the result of the faith that we have been using? And our country is going down, and the American government is opening the door to all the brilliant people in the country to come here. So they will lock them outside of that country, and then the ones that they have already turned to be zombies, they will now go over there and take over their lives. They take over the whole nation. If we don't understand, Africans can't even, Nigerians can't even produce internet. What do me? And one thing that you guys don't know is whosoever is producing internet own the country, because all the data, the old data that the whole internet is collecting belongs to that person, is in the care of that person. That person could decide to ruin and destroy that nation and take control of that nation, because he's the one who owns the control of data. And you don't know, all the data we use is being stored. All this stuff we do, all information, everything being stored somewhere. Africans, we can't even produce internet. But we pray like no man's business. We go to church, like as if India will come and produce internet for us. Like as if to say India will come over and now start doing all these things for us. India will come. China, they bought all the lands in Nigeria. China, the Chinese people. That's what they did here. They did the same thing here. They did the same thing here. In America, majority of the real estate you see in America is owned by China. All right? They know how to penetrate countries. They know how to. But we are praying. That's all they gave to us. You see, the religion was given to us to control us. They gave it to the black Americans too. The black Americans, the nature of their own life is that they were slaves before. During the slave time, they don't want them to hold meetings, okay, to set themselves free. They never wanted them to do that. So they gave them the church that let them just go and cry to one God here. Just cry to that God, cry to that God, cry to that God, like the children of Israel cried. So the slave people will go and then they will go and cry. They will go and pray and cry and cry and cry. Until a time came, Martin Luther King decided, I'm not just going to be praying. We have to go on the street. I'm not just going to be praying. We got to go on the street. Martin Luther King brought them out of church. To take our people a long time. It will take us a long time. For us to get this stuff, it will take us a long, long time. But I'm gonna do my best, this morning to break some stuff down. He brought them out. No, don't just be praying. Let us go. Let us go and talk on the street. Let's go and fight for our freedom. Let's go outside. Our pastors, our big pastors are taking money to continue to enslave us. To enslave us. And then they make a God out of themselves. A big God. They made a big God out of themselves because now they have the money power. And anybody with money in the mind of an African, he is the king. That's the guy we should bow to. It doesn't matter what this Shola is saying right now. I'm nobody. But the ones who owns the money, we bow to them. It has been designed like that from the beginning. Africans only bow to money people. When people are rich, they bow to them. They don't want to know how they get the money, how they make the money. In as much as they are rich, Nigerians bow to them, celebrate them. Even if they steal money from the government, Nigeria, we celebrate them. One of them stole money from Nigeria, ran to exile. After some time, he came back to Nigeria. Nigerians started singing. Wasiu was singing. Everybody was singing. They were paying money to bring him back to the place where he stole money. You will see that our mindset has been conditioned to celebrate armed robbers and thieves and kidnappers and dubious people. And dubious people, you see? So for us to ask questions that, this guy that stole our money and ran away, why is he coming back now and we're not putting him in jail? We will not think like that. We won't think that way. We will just celebrate him because now he's rich. His name is on social media. His picture is on a big board and stuff. He has a big account, 10,000, 20,000 people following him on social media. He becomes a celebrity and he's a thief. That's how our brain is conditioned. So the white people, they want, the Nigerians are brilliant people. To be able to lock Nigerians down, they need to give us that religion. So we used to have our own traditional religion before. That I'm not going to lie to you as a pastor. I have studied the Quran a little bit. I studied the traditional religion a little bit. They are similar. Anyhow you want to do it, sit me down. I will tell you, let's bring these Muslims, sit them down. Bring the Ifa people, let them tell us the stories. Let us read the books. You will find out that the characters are the same. The names may be different, but exactly the way they acted is the same. If you don't know, there's a guy in Yoruba traditional religion they call Ela Ojuorobo. When you look at Ela Ojuorobo, he acted exactly like Jesus inside of Ifa. You sit down. I'm not saying don't be Christian. I'm a Christian. I'm going to remain a Christian until I die. I believe in it. I believe in Jesus, okay? I'm just telling you. I just want you to think. Be able to think. Come outside of the box and think. You see, the religion, Christianity is real. But they use that Christianity that is real, they use it to enslave us. Because they did not give us the right interpretation of what we were reading. And our pastors now took the book. And that book called the Bible could be used for anything. You can turn that Bible anywhere you want to turn it. It will actually fit in. You can lie about something and have a Bible verse to back it up. You can kill somebody right now, you have a Bible verse to back it up. You can commit adultery and you have a Bible verse to back it up. So many things are written in the Bible unless you are not looking for it. They came to us, they say, during the end of life, when the end will come, these are the things we are going to be seeing. Can somebody tell me one thing? I want you guys to participate. You can type it in there. Tell me one sign of the end. One sign that when the end is coming, tell me one sign of the end. Give it to me. One sign of the end. I will wait. I will wait. Give me one sign of the end, that when the end is coming, the end of the world, these are the signs that you're going to see. Give me one. Or maybe I should give you one, right? They say there's going to be rumors of war. Hello? Constructive thinkers. Thank you. Constructive thinkers. The First World War, the Second World War came after the Bible. We have been fighting civil war ever since before I was born. All right? And then these are the things that they tell us. Oh, rumors of war, rumors of war, rumors of war. War has been. The First World War came after the Bible. Second World War came after the Bible. All of these, Ogunabele was after the Bible. All these things have been there from the beginning. From the beginning. They said, brother, we rise against each other. Cain and Abel rose against each other. It has been there. It has been there from the beginning. All of these things are there. Homosexuality is not something that started yesterday. Homosexuality was from the time of Lot. Homosexuality was from the time of Lot. Men have been sleeping with men. Women have been sleeping with women. All of this while. People killing people. Adultery was being done. All of these sins that you see today, they have been there from the days of the Bible. Don't come here and now start saying, we started last week. Oh, what the Bible is saying is not coming to pass. Oh, we have been fighting wars. Oh, what the Bible is saying, we have been rising against each other. Oh, what the Bible is saying is, oh, no, they just use all of that stuff to mess you up. They use all these gimmicks to mess you up. All those things have been there. The day of the Lord is coming. I believe it. But don't let anybody now be showing you things that have been happening before, now showing you right now. And then you now start thinking, hey, hey. No. You know? That's not the way it is. And then let's leave that one on the side. Leave that one on the side. Look at all of the miracles of all of our pastors. Look at all of the faith we've been using. You see, recently, I noticed that so many people, like, I'm talking about 50, 60 people, they approach me on social media. Can you give me help? Can you help me? Can you do this? And I asked them, do you go to church? Do you go to church? He said, yes, I go to church. I said, can your pastor not help you? Can your pastor not help you? And they said, no, they are not helping. I said, so what is the church for? If the church is not helping, what exactly is the church for? I don't know. I don't know what the church is for. So this is part of what I'm telling you right now. Do you know how many people go to church and they're still broke? With all the faith, we are preaching all the miracles that we're doing. Suleiman has been doing miracle money. I don't know how many years he's been doing miracle money, but everybody in his church, they're still poor. I don't know, maybe you see it. I see it. I'm sorry I mentioned your pastor's name. I don't want you to get mad at me, but I mentioned your pastor's name just because I want to prove a point. You know, I go on social media all the time. I look at his congregation when he's preaching. Majority of the people are poor with all the miracle Allah is doing. Show me, why is it that if Suleiman could do miracle Allah, miracle money, why do we still have poor people in Africa? Is that not kind of like constructive thinking? That they will not tie you up and say, it is by faith, not by sight. Okay, we've been having faith. Why is the faith not working? Why is the faith not working? All right. Why is the faith not working? We've been having the same faith you're preaching. Why is it not working? But what we see that the faith is giving to us is the faith is making us poorer. If the faith is making us poorer, the faith is not working. I see a lot of people in Winners Chapel. I know them personally. I know them. They've been going to Winners Chapel all their lives. All right? They've been going. They're still very poor. Winners Chapel happens to be one of the richest churches in the world. Those people are still poor. I know them. You see, there are some of the people that are in Winners Chapel. Those ones are businessmen. They only go to Winners Chapel because they believe Winners Chapel is the church for the wealthy. See, mindset. That's their mindset. Their mindset is they want to go and do classy stuff. So there are some Nigerians that whenever they make a little money like this, they will disassociate with some things and then they go to a place where they feel like this place is for classy people. That's why you see them there. And some of them, they make money. See, majority of people here you see in Winners Chapel, okay, they are business people. They are using the number. They are going to Winners Chapel to use the number of the church members to make money. Because inside the church, people must buy real estate. They go to, the real estate people go to Winners Chapel. They go to Winners Chapel to go and do business. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in God. They go there to go and do business. I know them. They go there to say, you guys buy real estate. Come and buy real estate for insurance. People go there to sell insurance. One came to our church. She became a member of our church. Me, I was looking at her in 3D. She didn't know that I found out she used to go to Winner. I found out she used to go to Winner. She has collected all of their businesses in Winner. No business for her again. So she's now looking for another church to go to. So she now crossed over to our home. Now she sit down. Praise the Lord. I was like, holy. I just look, I just laugh. Hey, you. I'm watching you in 3D. Watching you in 3D. That's what they go there to do. All the sissies are going there to advertise their bum, advertise their breast. Nothing. Nothing. All this Holy Ghost is just it's lies. Total lies. Telling you. They're telling you. So you see that we have been preaching all these things. Faith, this miracle, da. Is it for me? I love results. See, I always want to listen to somebody that is getting results. That's why I listen to Sam Adeyemi. Sam Adeyemi will tell you spiritual things, and will tell you logical things, and will tell you practical things, and tell you to go do it. Sam Adeyemi will not tell you, come and pray. Let me pray for you. He will teach you those things so you can go and utilize the brain and go and make money. Go and make money. That's what Sam Adeyemi will teach you. He said, this is the stuff, spiritual part of it, logic part of this, and this is practical, and this is the principles you must know, and then go and do it. And go and do it. I started looking at it. You see, all these fake things, they use prayer meeting to lure you to come to church. All the prayer meeting you've been going has amounted to nothing. You didn't get anything from there. The same people going to night vigil, 7 days night vigil, are still going till today, and you are not thinking. The same set of people going for deliverance are still going till today, and you are not thinking. Majority of you are passing through marital difficulty, and you pray. You ended up divorcing. All right, because you divorced now, and you do tea. All right, but mommy Jesus don't say kakiri. Mommy Jesus don't be Bible kakiri don't night vigil, not at oru at everything. Kilo dancing. The divorce now. God, the prayer couldn't hold the husband down. All your prayer couldn't, all the prophecy they gave to you in church couldn't hold that husband down. Ojo wati ensin. Ojo tie. Ojo ti tie ba ensin abi ojo tie. You see what I'm saying? So many things happening. You go to night vigil and you are still begging for bread. You go to night vigil, you don't have a job. You go to night vigil, you couldn't pass exam. You go to night vigil, your life is miserable. You go to night vigil, all what you've done, go turn DNC. Go turn DM, Mommy Jesus. Mommy Jesus, Joe, look, understanding. Doesn't know nothing. Doesn't know nothing. You see, I preached a message on Sunday. I said to people, I said, audit your life. Maybe people don't understand what I was talking about. Audit your life. You know what it means? There was a time in the life of a man called Jacob. Jacob sat down one day after. You know what happened to that guy? That guy took another person's blessing. He was blessed before. He already was blessed before. Oh yeah, they blessed him from his mother's womb. They said Esau I ate, Jacob I love. And then the mother now pushed her to go and take the blessing that belongs to another person. So when the father was blessing him, the father wasn't blessing Jacob, the father was blessing Esau. The father was blessing Esau. Okay, the blessing that he took was the blessing of Esau. So at the moment he took the blessing, that blessing of Esau started operating over his life. And that was why he became a supplanter. He became a cunning man. He started lying. All the stuff that he acquired, he lied about everything. He used cunning way to acquire them. It wasn't the blessing of God that was activated, though. And then he came, he was so tired, he was working. And he now he sat down to audit his life. He said, when? And that was the first time I heard that one in the Bible. He said, when will I provide for my own home? That's a moment of truth. That's a moment some people will sit down and just look at themselves. When will I stop this yama yama? When will I stop giving my money to pastors? When will I stop being a slave of pastors? When will I stop? When will I even know God by myself? It's a moment. It's a moment of truth. A moment of truth. That you're supposed to sit down. We have been doing the same thing over and over again and again and again. We are now getting different results. It's the same result. It's so unfortunate. It's only one person that is rich in our church, and it's our pastor. It's also unfortunate there's only one person that is happy in our church, is our pastor. It's unfortunate that the only person who has been to America out of everybody in our church is our pastor. It's unfortunate that the only woman that is fine in our church is our mommy pastor, and all kinds of stuff. And then you now sit there and say, when will I provide for my own home? I've said it before. If you don't have a house and you're giving money to pastor, by the time you become 70, let's see, maybe you will live in church. Maybe it's the church you will live. Maybe the church will give you a space, a corner in the church to be living there. We will see. The man came back to his senses and said, when will I? And then he stood up one day after he gathered everything he labored for. And he was going. Then he had a second moment with God. He said, you're supposed to have a second moment. When you do the first one, then you do the second one. You never know which one is going to be the miracle. So he said unto himself again, I think I need to check again. I need to check again. He now sent all his family forward. He stayed behind. He now wrestled with God. And then the angel of the Lord now said to him, there is no problem in your life, but your name. It was like, my name, what happened to it? The blessing you are operating on is the name of Esau. That's not your own. The one you are operating is that of Esau. You will labor until you die. You will never know peace until you die. Because the blessing that is supposed to be on Esau is different from the one that should be on you. And he started fighting again. He said, "You just bless me." He said, "You don't need blessing. You already have blessing." He said, "So do anything." And then the angel of the Lord now changed his name from Jacob to Esau. He canceled that blessing of Esau over his life. They entered into a new connection with him, and ever since then, everyone started smiling on him. It's a moment of truth. That moment you audit your life, you sit down. What have I been benefiting here? Is it not from pan to fire? All we hear is testimony. It has not happened to you yet. It has not happened to you yet. Okay? This sister just shared testimony of Job. Oh, when will my own be? Oh, and then the pastor will convert it to prayer point. He say, "What? And you are dead, and you are still praying it. And you are praying it. Is it not that time you're supposed to now borrow yourself brain and tell yourself, say, why is it this only sister that is giving testimony? That sister is set up. That sister is doing something else. That sister, she is evaluating her own life. She's going to take courses. She's going somewhere that you don't understand. We don't understand. So a time came in the life of Jesus too. He had to sit down and tell himself, this preaching and preaching to these people, is he really working? You see, Jesus Christ, he evaluated himself. He called himself to sit. Jesus called himself to sit down. Now sat down. He now called the disciples together and said, this is a time of auditing. They said, audit what? Let us audit our life now. These people we have been preaching to, we have been on the boat, we have been on the whatever, sermon on the mountain, we fed them 5,000 loaves or whatever. And then he asked them, who do they say I am? Oh, that's the moment of truth. And the disciples themselves said, they say you are Moses. He said, wrong answer. They say you are Elijah. He said, wrong answer. So they do not know me. Okay, all my preaching that I've been preaching is just a waste. They still don't know me. The guy stopped. When will you stop and ask yourself a question? All this night vigil have been going. All these praise night have been going. All of these 7 days revival have been going. What exactly has changed in my life? Audit. You have to audit it. You have to sit down and think. Because you have to have a different approach. You have to have a different approach to your life. Your life can, but Baba-in-law, your life must change. You have to change. You have to do something else. You got to do something else. Somebody asked me yesterday, I'll finish this story, I'll finish that one, but let me say, somebody asked me yesterday, he said, Pastor Shola, whenever we come to you for marital difficulty, do you always have answer? I say, yes, we have answer. He said, what is the answer? For a man, the wife that is fighting a man all the time. No rest in the family. I said, it's a very simple thing. It's not fasting and prayer. It is not prayer, it's not prophecy. He now said, what? I said, you want to know? He said, yes. I said, it's principle. He said, principle. I said, yes. He said, what kind of principle is that? I said, listen, a woman is asking for attention. Give it to her. Is that difficult? A woman is asking for loyalty. Give it to her. Is that difficult? A woman is having that you spend time with her. Spend time with her. Is that difficult? When you are coming from work, you go to the house, cook with your wife, eat with your wife, sit down with her, watch TV with her. After you're done, tell your wife, let me go and fix this kule. She will never stop you. You have done what you're supposed to do. That's the end of problem and wahala in your marriage. You are not dating anybody outside. You are not making your phone not to ring. You are not putting your phone on airplane mode. You are not hiding your phone inside the freezer. If your phone is sitting on the table like this, who will come and be fighting you now? Nobody's principles. It's not prayer. No. You are doing nonsense. But you want the woman to be happy. It's not going to happen. He will not go. Let the woman go. But madam, you are going to pray. Father, my husband. But it's a lie. Your husband must make up his mind to not to do it again. All right? If your husband make up his mind not to do it again, that's when marriage will be at peace. Your husband is doing it, and you are busy praying. You are wasting your time. It's a personal decision. Somebody must decide that I don't want to do this. We lie on the devil. There is nothing like the devil. You see, I was telling somebody yesterday. I said, you see the devil that they're talking about? The devil happens to be the most beautiful creature of God. God created him to be so beautiful. He doesn't have 2 horns on his head. He doesn't have 2 horns on his head. The guy is so beautiful and handsome. And his voice, whiskey, leg, Bonner boy, leg issue. Forget, leg. It's not even an issue, it's the devil. The devil is different from issue. He's different. The guy is the glory covering the holiest of holies. He was covering the throne of God. How beautiful he was created. You now created the devil with 2 horns on his head. No. No. And you know what funny thing about us? We are the devils. We are the devils. When we now do something, we now say it is the devil. We now do something, we now say it's the devil. We now, Pastor Ajayi, God doesn't run the word of miracle, but on principles. Thank you very much, Pastor D.S. Ajayi. Thank you. You are the only pastor that is actually saying good stuff. All other pastors will come on this network and say, they don't get brain, salt and water, everybody. Every pastor say only. They are thieves. They are only looking for a way to just continue to take money from people. They will never speak the truth. Never. Never speak the truth. Thank you, Pastor. Thank you for speaking that truth. Thank you. You understand? What are you telling me? So Jesus Christ took a moment to audit his life. And what did he do? He now asked the disciples, if the people that we are preaching to doesn't know me, how about you? Who do you say that I am? He was shocked that this one didn't know him too. They didn't know him too. This one, and they didn't know him. It was a wasted time. For him preaching all this while eating with them, doing all manners of things with them, wasted. And suddenly Peter connected to heaven, gave the right answer. Jesus Christ quickly said to him, it is not flesh and blood that revealed it, but my Father who is in heaven that revealed. Upon this I build a church. Upon what? upon connection to heaven. It's not upon what Peter said. It's not always upon connection to heaven. That's what he built his church on. Our pastors will not teach us that. Our pastors will not teach us that one. They want us to see them as the mini God. They are not God. They are human beings. They are banging your wives. They are banging your daughters. They have girlfriends that they're banging. They put them in houses all around the place and banging them. They are human beings like you and I. He wanted to build his church upon connection between heart and heaven, that every man could connect to God by themselves. They didn't say, you see, the real Christianity is you knowing God by yourself. It is not by knowing pastor. And no wonder you guys fight for them. You fight for pastors. Why are you calling my pastor? Why are you calling my... You don't know God. You don't know God. Now, pastor, you know. You don't know God. You don't know God. Now, only pastor you know. Show us God. What do you know about God here? Show us. Only pastor you know. What you brainwash here. You see, this is a moment of truth. This is the time you're supposed to go and sit down and go and think about your own life. Think about it in your own life and sit down and say, let me evaluate my life. Let me audit myself. Where am I? Where was I yesterday when I started going to church? And what kind of value has been added to my life today? Is it not just going? Is it not just you're just dancing in church? Is it not that I just see revelation on you, that revelation that will not come? The revelation that will not come true. Is that not what it is? Is that not what it is? One woman came to me one time and said, Pastor Jola, I prayed to God before I married this man. I said, what did God say? And my pastor said, Madam, please, I don't like this kind of thing. You are the one that prayed. Why is it that God went to show your pastor? Why didn't God show you? All right? Your pastor said, say what? Do you know how many young ladies have married the devil? That their pastor say, oh, this is the work of, this is the will of God. This is the will of God. And they married the devil, and those girls are dead today. And some of them are crippled today. Some of them are blind today. And these so-called men of God, they did that. I see them on YouTube, especially those CAC ones and the Kerubu and Seraphu ones. They know everything about politics. They know who is going to be president. They know who will rig election. They know who is going to what is. They know all that stuff. I know a funny thing about the whole stuff. Every time they say something, they always miss it. And I'm so surprised people are still going to their churches. You see, that's how gullible people are. That's how gullible people are. And they're still going to those churches. They're still going there. I see them on social media, all over on social media. And it's all about lies. Total lies. Go to them. Those ones say, Mushisembo, la torioke. Orioke ra wule losa. Eso kale wambi. Esa. Eba be Lord Jesus. Tadio wole election timbo. One lima. They cannot know it. One of them came, he confused us. And there is one that God has elected, but there is a different one that will be president. Joe, why we God elect one and another one will be president? Which one are you talking about now? You now came and then they now confuse us. They confuse us. Okay? So you will find out that Christianity is becoming a joke gradually. Gradually it's becoming a joke. You know why? I'll tell you guys. And that's why I'm calling Bishop Oyedepo and Baba Adeboye to, I'm calling them right now to please and just begging them. I'm just begging them. Omo Uzik, thank you very much for the $20. I'm just begging Baba Adeboye, if you are a member of Redeem, please help me. I don't have access to him. If you are a member of Redeem and you know him very well, please help me to beg. If you know Oyedepo very well, help me to beg. Why am I begging? I'm not begging for them to give me money. I'm not begging for them to give me a church. I'm only begging because I am looking at the next generation coming. They are old now. The next generation that are coming. The next generation that are coming. The internet already opened their eyes. The internet already opened their eyes. They are thinking good and thinking properly. Those guys will give us problem. Those guys will give us problem. The kind of problem that will give us, we will give us problems. We will not be able to handle it. It might be the end of these so-called things that we're saying in Christianity. One nora will follow you. These days that the boys that are playing keyboard, they come to church, they say to you, the church belongs to you, sir. By the time the church is actually making money, will you remember me? That's what they're saying now. Those young boys are saying, forget it, pastor, forget about the will of God, sir. Pay me for my service. Pay me for my service, sir. I'm telling you, where the whole world is going now, you will be so shocked what will happen. If we don't do something right this moment, and that's why I'm begging those old people. That's why I'm begging those old people. I am begging them right now to please, please and please, something must change. Something must change. I believe meetings are supposed to be held. I believe these are the people that we call the father of faith. These are people we refer to as our fathers in the Lord. I don't have a father in the Lord anyway. All right? These are people we faith. They cannot just turn their face on what is going on now. There are so many fake pastors in Nigeria now just doing what they like. Many fake pastors in Nigeria doing what they like. If we don't call them to order, if we don't call them to order, in Kwambaje, all of our young girls, they are just coming to church to sleep with them. The young boys are sleeping, they are just sleeping, doing nonsense within the church. If we don't call meeting and now look for a way to enforce this thing, to change the system of this church thing, and let people, pastors, go back to Bible school, and let them go and learn what Christianity is, instead of all of this babalawo stuff they're doing. This babalawo stuff they're doing. Okay? If they don't go and change it, you see, the generation that is coming will suffer. I'm not saying because of me, my own brain correct. I'm saying it because of these young people. I had a discussion with one young guy yesterday, and that's the reason I'm making this video. A discussion with a young boy yesterday. The boy told me, he said, Pastor Shola, I said, I've been serving. I said, serving what? I've been serving my pastor. I said, that's why you're getting it wrong. Bro, you don't serve pastor. You're supposed to serve God. He said, but I've been serving. See, I've been serving my pastor. I said, what do you do? He said, I drive him. I wash his clothes. I dry his shoes. I buy food for him. He will call me to come and sit in church from morning till night. I said, is he paying you? He said, no, sir. He only give me money to go and eat. I said, how old are you? He said, I'm 35, sir. I said, do you have a job? He said, no, sir. Do you have a wife? He said, no, sir. I said, are you going back to school? He said, no, sir. I said, what are you now doing? He said, I just drive my pastor. I just buy food for him. I just run errands. And you are not on payroll. He said, no, sir. He said, whenever he's going home, he will just shake me and say, God bless you. He said, that's what you've been eating. You've been eating God bless you all of your life. I said, yes, sir. I said, can I help you? He said, yes, sir. I will be happy if you give me money. I said, no, I don't have money to give you. I'm not giving you dime. A kobo, I'm not giving you. Kobo, I'm not giving you. Kobo, I'm not giving you. I said, let me help you. He said, yes, sir. I said, what did you study in school? He told me. I said, bro, go and find a job. And the next time pastor call you, tell your pastor you are actually on the street looking for a job. Listen to what he's going to say. You're still living with your brother. Say, yes, sir. Your brother will soon kick you out of his house. Your head could correct. I said, tell your pastor, you've written a resume and you are going from door to door trying to look for a job. Listen to what your pastor is going to say. I said, that's the help I want to give you. We used to be that gullible too. When I was very young, we go and play keyboard all around. They will call us, come and play. And when we finish, they will put a hand on our head, say, yo, dafu omo yo. Ogo re o jade. Irawo re o tan. Jesu gbadua. Jesu Oluwa. Amen. And we are going. And we are just going. I will just go. That's stupid we are. And we just go back home and we are hungry. We are hungry. We have no job, no nothing. We go back again next week. The man say, God, do for money. Oh, that is if your word ten Baba. You want off your word ten right? Can you recommend do? Baba, ten my Baba, ten my go do. Yes, Oluwa. Then we start going. It be passing is Balara. And the Baba bought a Mercedes Benz. Baba bought Mercedes. Baba bought Toyota Camry for his own wife. And we, all alone, Ted Urua. It's God that is pressing our piano. We need to do something now. If we don't, you see, a lot of people are in slavery inside church. Or they put them through slavery inside of a church. All right? They're using them. And it's not just the plan of those pastors alone. It's the plan of the international community to reduce us to nothing. And they're giving money to all these pastors. That's why you see them building 200,000 seater, 500,000 seater, all of this stuff that they're building all that stuff. The mindset is to bring all of us into church, lock us there, and then be pumping this faith thing into us. So we will not see what's going on outside. And by the time we come out of the church, the Chinese, they've already taken over all our country. Americans, they've already taken control of our country. We don't have nothing. If you remember South Africa, you will cry for Nigeria. It's coming. It's coming. If you remember South Africa, you will cry. You will worry for Africa. You will worry for Nigeria. It's coming. They know what they're doing. Nigeria is the next boom. That's where the next boom is going to happen. That's where it's going to be. That's where it's going to be. Niger. And you see them now erecting big structures in Lagos. If you go to Lagos, you'll be shocked. Those buildings they don't belong to Nigerians. So they belong to this international community, businessmen, rich men, all over the world. Elon Musk is the one that did internet for Nigeria. They brought MTN from South Africa to Nigeria before Glo came and started doing his own. You'll be shocked. Now you don't know that Chinese restaurants are doing pounded yam in Nigeria. Chinese restaurants, they are doing pounded yam. Very soon you'll be buying pounded yam in the hands of a Chinese person. All of these African restaurants you see will soon close down. And we're going there gradually that the students will start paying student loan. Student will start paying student loan. You'll be shocked that all of our houses in Nigeria will start paying taxes on them. And then they will tell us that the land doesn't belong to us, that the land belongs to the government. They start paying taxes right now. They're coming gradually. And all of our hospitals are being sold to these foreign investors. The hospitals in Nigeria, they are being sold. While we are praying, while we are busy praying, they are only distracting us, locking us up inside of the church. We are praying. You see where you will see that our mindset is bad is when I saw this mountain of fire people. There is fire burning one house. One house is burning. One house on the other side of the church is burning with fire. And mountain of fire people, they were just standing in front of it and they were pointing the Father, Ulua, Baba. I was like, hello. The most logical thing to do at this moment is go and get sand or get water to help them quench the fire. All this prayer, they were praying until the house got burned to ashes. They were praying until the house got burned to ashes. And that was what gave me, these people, they have succeeded. Finally, they have succeeded. They have tampered with our brain. They have tampered with our brain. They've tampered with us. And I saw another video. NEPA took light. And this mountain of fire people, they went all around transformer. Jeez. They went around transformer and they were praying, Father, Father, G transformer yìí. Gbogbo tó ti wà transform nínú transformer yìí, Olúwa transform. Baba transformer yìí tó wà transformed. Instead of them praying that their own brain should be transformed, they are trying to transform transformer. They have been transformed. You see? I was shocked when I saw it. It's not poverty. Indoctrination. They call it indoctrination. And we get it in church. We get it in church. Do you think that Nigeria doesn't have money to cater for its people? No, we do. We do. We have enough money to make Africa Nigeria to be the greatest. We have. It's a system. And the system is for Enito Go Kuma Bagma. That system is Enito Go Kuma Bagma. Kenito Mulima Raye. The system is just to favor the rich ones to continue to be rich and the poor to continue to be poor. I said something some days ago. I said, if you have been to Banana Island before, tell me how many churches did you see there? How many churches did you see inside Banana Island? And I want somebody to tell me here, if you have been there, you have been to Banana Island, tell me how many churches you see there. How many churches do you see there? Only one. And it's a Redeemed Christian church. It's by the gate. They didn't allow churches to come inside the Banana Island. It's by the gate. The rich people, they understand life. They know how life is. They understand the principles of making money. They understand the principle of happy home. They understand the principle of good living. They understand anything. These are principles. It's not prayer. They lock you up in church and say, Father is in lie. This is the time you're supposed to wake up. It's not prayer. This stuff that you see that are working, they are principles. But you see, we are still supposed to pray, right? Every one of us, we believe we're supposed to pray, right? The kind of prayer God wants us to pray is the kind of prayer of relationship with Him. As we are His children, He is our Father. As we use principles, we're supposed to now reference our God who created us and make Him know that we thank Him for the gift. You know what He said? It is what He said, I have given you the ability to create wealth, which means don't come to me for it. You don't have to call me. Before you are created from your mother's womb, I've done everything. I've done everything. I've done everything. You are a full package, a complete package. A complete package. All right? A complete package. You don't have to come to me. I'm not going to give you any other ability to create wealth other than the one I've given to you. And then when you go to the book of Genesis, when the Bible says He blessed your humanity, the blessing wasn't for Christians. It wasn't for Christians. Mr. Paul Akigbe, thank you very much for the Methodist Church in Banana Island. Thank you very much. The blessing wasn't for Christians. It wasn't for Christians. What I'm saying is, Mr. Paul, what I'm saying is that when you now go to Yanokpaja, you will see 1 billion churches there. That's where they put churches in the poor neighborhood to capture them and keep them to become poorer. Become poorer. Is it the mindset? And the mindset is this. The poor people will continue to go to God. They will actually distract them from knowing that they have ability to create wealth. So they keep going to church and asking to God why, when, why, when, why, when. Many people in Africa, they have died. They have died poor, not because God created them to be poor, but some people enslaved their minds and they couldn't think. Some people at a certain stage of their life, they were making money. They were making money. And the church preached a message to them to empty their bank accounts. The church preached a message to them to bring it, and bring it. And they brought it all. And today they are poor because they gave everything that is supposed to be a seed, they gave it as bread. They gave every seed that is supposed to plant, to germinate and bring them more, they gave it as bread. The Bible says, it said, bread for the eater and seed for the sower. The money that God was given to them at that time was to invest it in their lives and make more. But the church preached to them and said, bring it, bring it, bring it. I remember when I was young, people were donating their cars. People were moving out of their homes and giving it to church. People were emptying their bank accounts and giving it to church, giving it to pastors, giving it. And they died. Those people died poor. My uncle used to be probably like the chairman of Visa, making a lot of money. The man died poor. He couldn't have a TV, couldn't watch TV, couldn't buy a good car, couldn't wear a good suit. Deeper Life messed his life up. Deeper Life messed everything up. Messed everything up. He died poor, sorrowful. He died sorrowfully. He never enjoyed his life. He worked, but he didn't enjoy what he worked for. The CAC people will tell you that poverty is supposed to be side by side with Christianity. But they are not poor. The pastors, they are not poor. They're wearing Gucci all around. I'm not saying only Deeper Life. I just gave an example, Mr. Paul. That's an example. Not just Deeper Life. A lot of people. They did that to them. They collected their money. And we grew up to meet that. It's a system. They planted that system from the start. You know, the way when the real missionaries came, to Africa, those guys, they came with the template, the right template, the real Christianity. When they came, they brought three things. Number one, they brought the school for us to go and activate our brain. Say, this place you are going, you need your brain. Oh. So they brought school. So then they brought hospital. That in this journey that you guys are going, you guys will need a doctor. Need a doctor. You need a therapist, though. You need a counselor. They say yes. And then now they brought the church. That if you want to make heaven, you will need God. Oh, now put the three together. The moment the missionary left, Niger pastor, they removed the other two. We don't need those ones. Let them just come to church. You want to be a doctor, come to church. You want to be healed, come to church. Like I said at the beginning, there is nothing you're looking for that you won't find in the Bible. They will interpret it the way they want to interpret it. Anyhow they want to interpret it, they interpret it like that. And then it will enter. You will believe it. But when you sit down and think, you will find out that you'll be fooled. And the church is not even preaching and pointing them to God. The church is pointing them to themselves. Pointing them to themselves. I like the structure here in America. The structure here in America is better. If you want to start a church, you register that church and incorporate it. And the government is actually evolved, which means that auditors could visit your church at any time. Your offering envelopes must be kept. You can't throw them away. Your tithe envelopes must be kept. You can't throw them away. You have to keep them, and your record must be clean. At the end of every year, you're supposed to give a note or a record to the church members who are paying tithe for them to have the amount of money they donated to that non-for-profit organization, so they can go and use it to file their taxes at the end of the year. So everybody's supposed to have a paper that you give unto them at the end of every year. This is how much you have contributed to this. And you go to the government and you submit it to file your tax. Okay? And the government can come to your church at any point in time and say, bring out your books. I have to bring all your records out, how much you've collected and all kinds of stuff like that. The book must be correct. If your book is not correct, they will shut the church down and they'll send the pastor to jail. And they send the pastor to jail. All right? Which means that there's a check. There's a check. Another thing that they do here is the government will give grant to the churches, because what the churches are doing is that they are taking people out of the street. The church is doing community service, helping the less privileged, feeding people who needs to be fed, and all kinds. So the government is giving the church that grant, the support to continue to take people off of the street and feed them. Even with that, they still steal money. No, they steal money, but the system is good, whereby the government is using the church to reach the community. The church is very close, is the closest to the community, not the government. So the government is now using the church to empty the street, let them come to church, let them eat, let them teach them how to be good people, and that's it. But in our own country, it's about deliverance. It's about deliverance, about miracles, it's about whatever. At the end of the day, the country is still where it is. Still where it is. Our pastors, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And it is you that's supposed to know and wake up and tell yourself, I need to audit my life. I need to audit my life. I need to audit my life. Some people, pastors got money during the pandemic to help their church members, but they never did. Some pastors are getting money from international community to help, but they're not helping them. Don't give them nothing. My recommendation is this, and I want you guys to just listen to it. I may be wrong. It's supposed for me to be wrong. But if I'm right, I think we all should actually team up and just go and make a noise. My own recommendation is this. Bishop Oyedepo and Baba Adeboye, they are the most highly respected pastors in Nigeria. Personally, I've not seen them do anything. Maybe they are. Maybe we're not hearing it. I've not seen them do anything. Why did I say that? I believe Baba Adeboye is supposed to be on the lookout for people that want to destroy the name of God. I believe Oyedepo is supposed to be on the lookout to call someone like Suleiman and say, come and sit there. What is all this nonsense you're doing? And call someone like Iginla and sit them down and say, what's all this nonsense you guys are doing? Digging a well and say it's water of Bethsaida. For what? What is the name of Jesus for? Why are we going back to idolatry? Why are we going back to all of this stuff? Is that not supposed to be what they're supposed to do? That's what I think. I believe if Suleiman should invite Baba Adeboye, he should say, no, I'm not coming there. That's not a place of, that's not Christianity you're teaching. Because the moment Baba Adeboye goes there, that's a stamp. The moment Oyedepo goes there, that's a stamp. When they invite them to come and they go to collect ₦1 billion, that's a stamp. That's a big stamp. When Mama Esther Ajayi is calling them to come and they go, that's a stamp. And we all know what those people are doing. Even if we want to lie to ourselves, we do. Every one of us, we do know. Only want to lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. We know everything. So whenever they go there, that's a stamp. People that they're supposed to call and sit down. I said, stop doing all this stuff. Stop using people. Stop telling all these lies that you're doing. Sit down and be a Christian for real. That's what I think. For me, if I am in the position of Oyedepo, that's what I do. If I'm in the position of Adeboye, that's what I do. I'm going to fight to make sure I clean up my country. I said something sometimes ago. And that's why I know I can never be a president. I can never be the president of Nigeria, never. I said to the people, I said, if you should give me opportunity of becoming the president of Nigeria for just 1 month, I said, you know what I do? They said, what? I said, I'll close all the churches down. People say, so what are we going to do? I said, no, you don't do anything. You stay in your house and worship God. And then we put policy down. And those churches, if they are going to come back, they have to register with government. We have to check a lot of things, give them rules and regulation. And we have a task force. And if you hear nonsense, we shut your church down. If you ever hear you go and dig a well somewhere and say, if you ever hear you that there is one water of Bethsaida anywhere, you are the one that will be swimming there. I'm telling you, we'll deal with you big time. All this nonsense of pouring coke and water on top of somebody's head must stop. All this you going to give girls bath naked. You're nakeding all the girls and giving them bath must stop. We will shut you down. You will see you'll be swimming inside river by yourself. I will make sure of that. And that's why I know I can never be president. Because they will never let me be. I will shut a lot of churches down. Especially those mega churches. I will shut them down. I will only encourage small churches. And why am I encouraging? Why am I going to encourage small churches? I want the ministers to know their members. Have a relationship with your church members. Don't just have 1,000 people that you don't even know them. You don't even know which one is suffering and which one is not suffering. All right? Be a shepherd to 50 people, be a shepherd to 100, be a shepherd to 200 that in the capacity that you could be able to pastor them, let them know you. Let them press the bell of your office and you open it. It's not like they're coming in to want to see pastor. It's going to be 3 months before they see you. I'll shut it down. I'll shut it down. If I see you bring only water, your church is gone. Your church is gone. If I see Ileanu, if I see you put Ileanu with rocks all around it, your church is gone. You will show me from the Bible because we're going to use biblical principles. His principles. We're going to look in the Bible. Where did you see it? In Christianity. You shut it down. You shut it down. I'm telling you, I can never be president in Nigeria. If I be president in Nigeria, forget it. I can never be. I can never be. I can never be. I know, Mr. Andrew, and that's why I'm saying that we're going to have a task force. We're going to have it. We're going to have it. We'll walk around to your churches. We'll deal with you big time. We hear nonsense. Mr. Israel, you're asking me about the economy. Economy will be good by the time I shut churches down and all the mosques. I will shut the mosques down, the churches down. Then after we've done with that one, you will see economy will come. You don't understand what I'm saying. You guys, you speak too much of English. If you are not there, you're not there. We shut the churches down first. You will see economy will come out. You will see what will happen to the economy when we shut the church down. You will see what will happen to the economy. You don't understand. You don't get the whole point. You don't get the point. They are using religion to lock you down. They're using religion to lock us down in Africa. That's what they use to lock us down. The moment you actually cancel it, disconnect from it, you will see. The service of God, you see, you will serve God. There's going to be the church of God. And that church of God, you are the pastor because you are the father of your home. Lead your family to prayer. Lead your family for prayer. Preach to your own family. Let them understand that this is God somewhere who gave us life. Who gave us life. You will see. Do you think it's possible? What do you mean it's possible? You try me and put me as president, you will see maybe it's not possible. Make me president first. You will see maybe it's possible or not. That's the very first thing I'm going to first of all eradicate. I will cancel it. Then when we're bringing it back, they have to register. You have to register. You have to register. We'll cancel all this stuff. You have to register. You register. We know you. You're under the law. You sign contract. If you do any nyama nyama, you're gone. You're gone. And that's it. And that's it. No, as a governor, you can't do it as a governor. Rwanda president did the same thing now. Close churches down. Okay, somebody just said that now. They just started closing churches down. I'm not going to lie to you. You see, Africans, the moment you guys could think well, and you see what our problem is, the problem, majorly, the problem of Africa is religion, the churches and the mosque. Those are the problems we have. That's the problem we have. If you don't know, the church, they will bring you to church. I don't know, probably you know. They bring you to church by 6 o'clock in the morning. They bring you to church 6 o'clock in the morning. What do you think that is? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me what does that mean? If a church pastor is bringing you to church 6 o'clock in the morning to come and pray, to come and pray. You know what they're doing? They are reducing you to nothing, to zero. You think they are helping you? They are not. The brain of a man supposed to sleep. Think about what he's going to do when he wakes up in the morning. All right? All right? Whatever it is that you have to do is in the morning that you now start doing and then start doing whatever. And then they bring you to church again to knock it out of you. Then you come back by 12. Then they have a prayer meeting by 12. You leave your workplace, you leave your market to come to church again by 12. You know what they're doing? The customer that's supposed to come to you by 12 will miss you. The one that's supposed to come by 1 will miss you. The one that's supposed to come by 3 will miss you. You will now leave church by 5. You are ready to close. You're going home. And landlord is waiting. You have to pay bills. They are creating problem on your neck. You know what the church is supposed to have? 6 o'clock in the morning. The church is supposed to have a class. And they bring all the young boys and girls that doesn't have jobs. Bring them to church. Educate them on how to find jobs, how to write resume, where to search. Let them get on their computer and start searching. It becomes a place where they come every day in the morning. They come there every day in the morning to church to search for jobs. The ones that need certification, that is the place where they teach him. What did you study? Accounting. You call medicine. You call this. They now sit them down and start teaching them how to get jobs. 6 o'clock in the morning till 4 in the evening. They'll be there searching. See what will happen to them in another 2 months' time. See what will happen to those young kids in 2 months' time. You see, the market women, let them go to sleep at the right time. Don't bring them to night video all night long, and then they go back home by 6, and they must actually wake up again to come to now prayer in the morning and stuff. Let them go and sleep. And then when they wake up, let them go to their marketplace. Let them go to their marketplace and stay in their market all the way till evening. Don't let them close their shop by 12 o'clock. Don't let them close their shop by 3. Let them stay in the shop. In another 2 months' time, know how much they're going to make. Know how much they're going to make. Know how their life is going to change. I'm the one telling you this. I'm telling you this. I know what I'm saying to you guys. See the way they're going to change. Don't put no meetings. Don't put no meetings at all. The Bible study we've been doing, we never finish them. Bible study not the finish. Bible study not the finish. All right? And then we call it Bible study. But at the end of the day, it's the pastor that is talking. That's what Pastor Toby in the UK is doing, and they call him Yahoo boy. You see what I'm saying? Even me, they call me Antichrist. They call me Antichrist too. Organize free tech classes for them. That's what I'm saying. This sister is following me. This sister is following me. And that's what we need. And that's what I'm taking to Nigeria. If I ever go to Nigeria, I establish a center, and that center is going to come to educate people. Every of these companies I know in America, I already have phone numbers. I'm writing phone numbers down of all these tech companies and stuff and all kinds of stuff here in the US. And then we now go to Nigeria. We put those kids in class. We invite people to come and teach them. When they get that particular education, how they will get a job, we will find it. We will find it. And that's how our prayer is going to be answered. It's not prayer. Which prayer? Which fasting and prayer? Which Bible and which fasting and prayer? Which fasting and prayer? If Obama answer, let us pray. You don't know the answer, you now say, let us pray. God has given us wisdom, has given us ability to create wealth. We refuse to activate it. We refuse it. Me, I'm not going to give you food, though. You see, all these pastors are giving people turkey. They give them turkey, they give them one bag of rice. They are killing you. They're killing you. They give you a bag of rice and turkey, they kill you. You will finish the bag of rice. All right? They're supposed to empower you. What you need to do, empower you how to go by it. Education and establishment. That's what we do it. That's how we do it. You see, China is so brilliant. There are so many foreign investors. You see, what we do here in America, I love China and I love India. You see, a single guy will collect a whole job in a company. A single guy. We collect the whole job of his, Scrum Master jobs, IT audit job, cyber security jobs, and all kinds of stuff. We now take it to China or take it to India. We now hire like bunch of guys. We hire a bunch of guys, and then they will have a big office there, and those guys will be working in China and they are working in India for companies in America. They work for companies in America. So they are taking the money down there. So they're paying those guys in dollars in Nigeria, in China and India. But every time you see one guy in suit, he's a pastor. You see one fine boy with his hair, he's a pastor. Every time you see one fresh guy, he's a music minister. You see one fine bobo like this, he's a pastor. He's a pastor. He's a pastor. Everybody is a pastor. Because that's the only lucrative business in Nigeria. Is everybody's a pastor. That's the only way for you to be rich. You can't be rich if you are not a pastor. You have to be a pastor. And then you have to be fine. If you are not fine, your church will not grow. Your church will not grow. You have to be fine. You see all these pastors, they are fresh boys. Fine. You know what I'm saying? And these are the stuff they're supposed to do. And train people, connect them to job. It's not prayer. Please, it's not. It has nothing to do with praying. Nothing to do with praying. You guys have been praying. You're supposed to be tired of it now. And that's the part that I say you're supposed to audit your life and then sit down and ask yourself, what have I been gaining? What have I been gaining? Been going to night vigil, nothing. Been praying, nothing. The little you are making, they are collecting it from you. They're collecting it from you. You will see all of these, our young boys that are doing music ministry. All of them will now have this shokoto tontini. They have the tontini shokoto. They will be tontini. All of them, they that dress up, they wear all these braids. You know, their haircut could go like this. Fine boys. One bowl lobby weary. Bowl lobby weary. They fool yourself. What's all this? It's time for you to audit your life. Why? What is this I'm doing? What am I doing? I think it's time for me to wake up from my sleep. You wake up and do something different. Do something totally different. Something totally different. You know? Do something totally different. So, I just want to beg you guys, if you know these two people, Oyedepo and Adeboye, if you know them, you're very close to them. The generation that is coming, they're not going to be easy on. They're not going to be easy on. The generation that is coming is not going to be easy. Now, everybody's becoming pastors now. Upon how many of us did Africa? How many of us did Nigeria when everybody don't become pastor finish? How many of us? You see two redeemed Christian church inside one building. One redeemed upstairs, one redeemed downstairs. One cellar on the side. Another kerubu on the other side. Mountain of fire facing across the street. Like they want to fight war. And their ushers will be outside and say, it is this place. Like marketers. Ushers are now marketers. They go to the street to go and be waylaying people to come to this one. Is here in Houston too? Inside one building, there are like about 200 churches in there, and all of their ushers are outside. And they say, no, mommy, mommy, by Mandungo, Pastor Waburugo, Pastor Ugulugo, Pastor They'll do marketing. So those people, they pack their car and say, let me try this one today. Let me try that one next week. Because they've been trained. So the others are outside, they are actually marketing for those ones and waylaying people from their car to collect back from people just to come to their own. And because all these pastors they are being given targets, you have to bring this amount, you have to bring that amount. So they themselves must actually help their game. They must fill their church. Money must to come in. It's not because they think about the church people, it's about the money. About the money. All right, guys, it's 10 o'clock already. It's 10:49. I need to go. I need to do some certain things. So I just want to appeal to you guys. I want to beg you. If you know these two people, I think it's time for us to talk. It's time for us to talk to the generation that is coming. We need to talk to the generation of these people coming. They are asking questions already. They are really confused and asking questions. We have lost majority of our young ones here in America. We've lost them to the American churches. They just look at us like something must be wrong with these people. Something wrong with these people. It's time for the church to release the rope from people. Let's stop lying to them that if they don't pay tithe, they will go to hell. It's a wrong thing. Let's stop locking them down in church Monday to Saturday. We're preventing them from actually making money so they'll feed their family. Let's release them. Let them go to work. Let them come to church on Sundays. Let them spend their time with their families. Let them have family time. Family time is important for them. Let them go home, spend time with their wives and their husbands. Let them go home and strategize how to make money, to plan for retirement. Let them go and have personal relationship with God, not just pastors. Let them go home and breathe. They just finished 17 days revival. They're starting 3 days. They just finished 7 days fasting and prayer. They're going to 45 days fasting and prayer. Whereas the pastors are not praying. Those ones are not fasting. They will say they are going to the mountain. They go and rent hotel, stay there and be eating and sleeping, banging the wife of the church members. You know, let's release them. Africans want to serve God. They have problems. They want God to take their problem away, but they do not understand that the problem is not in the hands of God. They themselves, they are the problem. He has given you the ability to create wealth. He's giving you the ability to create wealth. Go and sharpen that ability and start creating the wealth. So very easy. Just take your mind off of Ogun Idile. Take your mind off of spirit of late marriage. There's nothing like that. When it's time for God's time is always the best. Just wait for him. Wait for him to come. They're telling you the spirit of late marriage that is affecting your life. Oh, fine, Ijo. Oh, fine, Ijo. There's so many pretty girls that are actually waiting for the will of God too. You Odebereti, no deodorant, no nothing. While only spirit of late marriage. Late marriage, you call early marriage. Nobody wants to marry you. You are stinky. Oh, she gbogbo ori yama yama. Abi arun sun gbogbo eri yama yama. Odebereti, ori Olohun ṣe choir. Choir òṣìwò ló ń ṣe. Choir òṣìwò ló ń ṣe. Lọ sùn síbi kan jọ. Late marriage àbí bad character. Yeah, people. Thank you, Jerry. You know what I'm saying? Wọ́n kàn fi yín jẹun. Wọ́n fi yín máa jẹun sọ pé spirit of late marriage irọ́ wo ló ń ba ẹgbẹ́ nù. At the end of the day, pastor will now start validating the sister. The spirit of late marriage. Which late marriage are you talking about? Which marriage? Nonsense. Just tired of all this stuff. I'm tired of all this nonsense we do in Africa. You know, enslaving people in the name of serving God. I'm telling you. Me, I'm going to serve God for on the rest of my life. I'm not going to deviate from Christianity, but I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot when it comes to God. As I'm learning. Okay? So, if we have anybody here, you're very close, because I know some people, some pastors are here and they're watching, they're not talking. I understand that. Thank you for not talking. But if you're very close to Adeboye and Oyedepo, please, we need liberation. You don't want these boys to come and take over and actually ask for that liberation by themselves. They're going to kill people. They're going to kill people. We don't want them to kill people. We don't want them killing people. When they remember, I spoke to one. He said, if you should make me to think about how I've slaved for church, Pastor Shola, I am angry. I was like, please don't angry. Don't be angry. We all did it. And it's part of our development. Adani Loro Fagbara Koni. They used us, but here we are today. We give God the praise. Those young boys are angry. And every day they are getting more, they're angry every day. And my last advice is to you people, young men, you don't get a job, you don't get anything. Pastor, they call you, come and play keyboard in the morning, play keyboard in the evening, play drums at night. Tell pastor, hey, sir, I have a resume. I'm going to look for jobs, sir. I can't come 6 o'clock. Pastor, I can't come 12 o'clock. I have a resume. I'm going to look for jobs, sir. Go and do it. You have a way of going to do certification to get jobs. Go and do it. Leave church alone. Leave the keyboard alone. If your pastor wants to help you, your pastor will be giving you money for playing keyboard, like he's making money too. Your pastor will come to our church, come and collect offering. Collect honorarium. Why is he not? Why is he not paying you? Tell the pastor, this is my gift. The gift of a man will make way for him. I have a gift of playing duru. Yeah. Give me salary. Place me 50,000 per month. I will play until Jesus will come. Tell him that. You're a drummer. Say the same thing. He did share any money, less. You know, she said me, pay me 50,000. I will come and play. That's it. Don't let anybody be shaking your hand and say, God bless you. I be praying for your head. Tell them no. I pray for myself when I'm coming, sir. I pray for myself when I'm coming. Yeah, I pray for myself. You know, pay me salary. Let them put your salary in the church and you go and play and be playing. Church is making money. Pastor is taking salary. Pastor is eating suya. Pastor is eating chin chin. He's sleeping on waterbed. You too. Collect your salary. You collect your salary and go. That's why these boys, they don't package themselves as praise worship leader again. If you see any musician in Nigeria, you will never hear them say, I'm a worship leader. They tell you, I'm a music minister. Want to change your Igbo? They change it. I'm a music minister. What does it mean? The same way your pastor is preaching. I am preaching with music. Hello? So yeah, so when you give my pastor honorarium, I'm collecting mine. I'm not leading praise and worship. This is not praise and worship now. I am ministry. You know, ministry. Uh-huh. And the keyboardists will now come and say, I'm a instrument minister, whatever they call it, music minister. No, I minister by playing keyboard. Uh-huh. Gospel minister. Uh-huh. All of them. They have a name now. They repackage themselves. If your pastor is collecting honorarium, you to collect. Oh. Don't sit down there and be saying, let the pastor be shaking your hand. It's into job. Nothing like that. All right. So, guys, evangelist, thank you very much, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys later. I need to go and do some few things right now. Do some few counseling sessions also. Oh, you left? Oh, okay. And thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you guys later. And I want you guys, please don't forget, I have a list of new single who are looking to settle down. You can settle down. I'm going to be coming back this afternoon just to let you guys know what's going on. So thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. Have a beautiful afternoon. Bye. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.